Hi, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions. Let's talk about a new product that's out there called C5 Ultra Smiles. C5 Hidden Orthodontics has a distributor of Ultra Smiles, and it is a really innovative product. I have not used it yet, but I'm still in the learning process, and I have talked to at least one doctor who's like routinely using it, and I was kind of blown away, and I'd never thought about this. Actually, I heard about this also, I think in a podcast. But in any case, I'm going to do my best to do the unboxing. The team at Ultra Smiles did send me some samples and some handouts. I'm not going to mention pricing, but I'm going to kind of gloss over that because their pricing honestly is so low that I was kind of shocked. And I actually told them they shouldn't price it like that. So, I mean, I do consulting for companies sometimes. And by the way, I should say I'm not being compensated at all for this video. I mean, besides the free stuff they sent me, which is very nice. And all the entertainment and great conversations I had with them. So there's no money changing hands. So my opinion is my opinion. I honestly think they have so many innovative things that these are all individual products that you may want to buy and try. So I might even like chop up this video and make a couple unique individual videos. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about C5 Hidden Smiles. Okay, so what is it? Let's talk about indirect bonding. Do you guys know what indirect bonding is? I'm sure you do with braces, right? You have this like tray and the braces are in the tray and you put the glue on the inside and slap it on and like here and peel it off and put the wire in, right? That's on the front of the teeth. What if you could do that on the back of the teeth? Well, that's nothing new. I mean, they've had incognito and all kinds of lingual braces are out there. Have I ever done lingual braces? No, I had zero interest in it. It sounds like an absolute nightmare having to have your whole team. I mean, if you're going to do lingual braces, your whole office needs to be set up for lingual braces because it is time consuming. It is basically like standing on your head in order to do the manipulations. The patients get all cut up because of the brackets on the inside of their mouth. Nothing wrong with it. It really works in places like Manhattan and places where people are very aesthetic conscious, you know, and in jobs where they can't have, maybe they can't even have attachments showing. And of course, there's aligner companies that have fewer attachments, higher trim lines, everything like that. You know, I think now with Invisalign and clear aligners, for the most part, that's less of an issue than maybe it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. But there are some people who refuse to have attachments on their front teeth, which I understand. You know, they're kind of ugly sometimes, especially if people don't shade match them. And they only want lingual, but they don't want to get cut up from lingual. So, or have all those appointments. So what if you could do something like indirect bonding where you just set it and forget it, one stop, put it on, let it do its thing for more mild to moderate cases? Well, you can. And that's C5 Hidden Orthodontics. So when they first explained the concept to me, I was like, that's nuts, but then it made sense. Okay, so again, I'm gonna do my best to explain this the best I can. And then there's gonna be some videos that are property of Ultra Smiles and C5 that I'm gonna embed in this video. But this is kind of like, one looks like when it's done. I mean, it looks like a bonded retainer, right? Okay, so let's think about this. Let's say you put a bonded retainer on. Let's say your bonded retainer, we're done with some Invisalign braces, whatever. If you put a bonded retainer on and it's not passive, or if it breaks, have you ever had a bonded retainer move teeth? Yeah, right? Okay, so same concept. What if you didn't have to put braces on the back teeth? What if you could just glue the freaking nine-tie wire on the back of the teeth? Well, that would work and it wouldn't work, right? Because if you put composite, a blob of composite over a nine-tie wire like this, there's even one on the inside. You know, it's glued, right? It's not going to slide. You have to be able to slide. The wire has to slide back and forth, which is why we normally have brackets, right? There's a hole. Either it snaps down or there's a tie and it can slide, right? Because you got to have slide. But so you can't do that. But what if you could just with this wire? Well, what they do is they have a special wire that has a couple layers, and the one layer, once you glue it, disappears. So now it slides. So it's like a layer that dissolves. And then there is a tube basically where the wire can slide inside the composite that you created. So think about how much cheaper this would be because you don't have to buy any brackets. All you do is just throw the little tray on that is basically done. And they have people that basically set this up for you, and they make sure the wire's in the right spot and it's stabilized, and there's like an indirect bonding tray, not unlike an attachment template. These are just like little elastic thread or elastic tubes that help to stabilize it where it's supposed to go, and you just put it on, same thing, dots of glue, just like indirect bonding. Slap it on, bite down, light cure, peel it off, trim these little threads off, and you're done, which stabilizes it, kind of like you do with floss when you put a bonded retainer on. So that's all it is. So, and then it will move the teeth. I mean, for the most part, usually just set it and forget it, and it's just for front teeth, top and bottom, or top or bottom. Price point for everything, including the wires, the indirect bonding trays, everything, the diagnostics, everything like that. Insane. I'm not going to say the price because I told them to change it. So right now, okay, let's put it this way. It is a little bit more than between a third and a half right now at the time of filming. It may not be the time once you buy it. It is a third to the half of what a full comprehensive Invisalign case is, if that makes sense. So you can kind of get an idea of what the price point is. That, I think that is per arch. But I mean, a lot of times people just have relapse on the lower anterior. It's kind of like what we used to use spring aligners for, like that, you know, like, or maybe like an express Invisalign or a moderate. I mean, it's that kind of case. It's where you don't have that much crowding or spacing. You know, you're going to pick something pretty simple, but one appointment, I mean, diagnostic appointment, delivery appointment, debonding appointment. So easy. And there's nothing to cut them up, and there's no changes because it's just a one-time thing. So easy, right? And then a bonded retainer. So pretty cool. So their main product is that C5. That is like basically, it's not a bonded retainer. It's a bonded bracesless braces that go behind the teeth that look like a retainer. Can you imagine how excited a lot of people would be for that? Because it's not going to cut your tongue up. It's not going to affect your speech. There's no profile where it's going to make you sound funny when you talk. There's no appointments, nothing like that. That's insane, right? Unless something breaks. Okay, so you get an idea what the C5 is. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick pause here, and we're going to insert one or two videos about C5 so you can understand it a little bit more.
After preparing the teeth for bonding using etch and primer, place the ProWire single-layer indirect bonding tray over the teeth. Ensure that the tray is fully seated. Starting with the exposed tooth closest to the midline, use an explorer to adapt the ProWire to the lingual surface of the tooth. Place composite over the wire and smooth it with a microbrush. Swipe the explorer along the opening of the indirect bonding tray to remove any excess composite prior to curing. Cure the composite using a curing light according to the manufacturer's instructions. Repeat these wire adaptation and bonding steps on the remaining exposed teeth. Remove the tubing that is holding the ProWire in the tray by grabbing the long end of each tube with a mathol plier and pulling lingually and incisally. Hold the posterior portion of the tray to ensure it remains seated during this process. The terminal tubing does not have to be removed. Remove the indirect bonding tray, starting with the posterior and working towards the anterior. Adapt the wire to the lingual surfaces of the remaining unbonded teeth. Cover the wire with composite and cure it. While holding the terminal end of the wire with a mathau plier, trim the pro wire flush with the composite. Finally, polish the ends of the wire for comfort.
Okay, so now that you understand a little bit more about how the C5 wire works, the Pro wire, let's talk about the next part. So there's three main things, in my opinion, that C5 Ultrasmiles, that whole, company offers that I think are of value. And you may not use all three. You might just use one out of the three. You may never use the C5, but you may use some of the other products that they sell. So let's talk about their retractor system / photo monitoring system. And it comes in a bag like this. It comes with QR codes for their take-home products. Is their imaging solutions. I was really excited about this because this kind of reminds me of the DM. Well, DM has a product. It's like their scan box, kind of expensive. This price point, I believe, is less than that. And I believe you can't use the DMs. I'm not speaking, and please don't think that in any way we're saying anything about DM. We're just saying that it's a good product, but it can be expensive. You can just buy these a la carte. You don't have to use them with C5. You don't have to sign up for any monthly fee, any dashboard. You just buy this. That's it. And the price point is like what I spent on dinner last night. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to be generic. I am very excited about this. Let's go ahead and insert a video so you can kind of see how it works. You're gonna set it up. These are the retractors, and there's retractors for the lips, retractors for the cheeks, and you're gonna see how a patient is able to use it to monitor their C5 treatment, or you can use it to monitor any treatment, Invisalign, ClearCorrect, braces, expanders, anything like that. For those of you who are following orthodontists and what they're doing out there, most orthodontists are not seeing their aligner patients or removable patients more than just a few times. There's like diagnostic appointment, delivery appointment, all the check-ins are virtual, debond appointment, 3 appointments in person, the rest virtual. But it's hard to get the patient to use spoons or chopsticks to retract. Yes, you can just give them a retractor, but then the occlusal shots don't come out good. This gives like really good quality photos at home for a very low price, and they can use it throughout their whole treatment. So let's go ahead and do a pause, and you can see how both the photo system works as well as the photo monitoring. Now, keep in mind, there is like a app and a dashboard if you are a C5 patient, and then that goes into, not unlike Invisalign Virtual, but you can also use it without the app and the dashboard for your regular patients that aren't C5. And in that case, you'll just download the photos, and it's just a way to take the photos. So you just use whether you're using in-hand dental DM, your own at-home monitoring system. I like in-hand dental. If you need an application, that's probably the one I recommend if you're not using C5, but just because the price point's cheap. And if you want an intro, hit me up. Be glad to introduce you. So, okay, let's go ahead and watch those videos on taking pictures and teledentistry and how to do your check-ins for your C5 cases.
Is your team facing challenges with capturing consistent, high-quality in-office images? Do you have issues with fogged mirrors, blurred photos, poor angles, and incomplete views? The patented V5X imaging solution offers a powerful and easy-to-use solution that also provides a streamlined workflow. The V5X imaging app pairs with the V5X device, which attaches directly to your office smartphone. The app guides the user through the image capturing process while utilizing the leading-edge camera technology already resident in the phone. Each session begins with entering the patient's name and ID from your patient management software so that each image will be watermarked. The app then allows you to select the images desired. Options include facial images. The app guides you step by step to capture 3 standard extraoral images. Intraoral images. Users can take up to 6 predefined intraoral images. Center open and center closed images can be taken without the need for any attachments. V5X cheek retractors assist in capturing buccal images. V5X lip retractors are used for upper and lower occlusal views. Custom images can be used to focus on specific areas of concern. After capturing the desired images, you can do a final review before seamlessly uploading to your patient management software. Additionally, sharing images with patients is simple and intuitive within the app and can be shared via text and/or email. The app also includes a built-in referral form feature, allowing you to quickly and more efficiently send referrals along with pictures and radiographs. The V5X device can be sterilized via autoclave or cold sterilization. There are multiple attachment sizes to ensure comfort for all patients. Offering efficiency, image quality, patient comfort, and an optimized workflow, the V5X system empowers all team members to produce consistent, high-quality images, providing additional clinical insights and improving case acceptance. Many offices will also find that the optional V5X Dental Images app for remote patient monitoring sets a new standard in teledentistry usefulness and ease of use. The V5X imaging device is used for remote monitoring of dental treatments. It allows Altismiles and your provider to monitor your treatment progress. You will receive your V5X from your provider with an access code. You may download the V5X Dental Images app at any time to submit images. The app walks you through how to take and submit the images. If images are requested, it is important to submit them within 24 hours. The V5X attaches to your smartphone and utilizes the phone's camera to take images of your mouth. Instructions for assembly and taking each image is detailed in the app. Open the app and select Upload your next set of images. Select your treatment type. Stand in front of a mirror when taking the images so you can see your smartphone screen. The center images do not use any attachments. Center closed image. Hold your phone horizontally and align your mouth so it is centered in the green frame. Bite down and smile while pulling your lips back to show as much of your teeth as possible. Tap anywhere on the screen to take the image. After each image, you will be shown the photo. Review it and make sure it looks good. Retake the image if needed. Center open image. Open your mouth about a finger width apart and retract your lips to show as much of your teeth as possible. Use the cheek retractor attachment to take the left and right images. Match the number 1 on the attachment to the number 1 on the positioner port. Left image. Right image. Use the lip retractor attachment to take the upper and lower arch images. Match the number 2 on the attachment to the number 2 on the positioner port. Upper arch image. Lower arch image. The final step is to review the images and submit them so that they can be reviewed. You will also have the option to share your images via text or email. The V5X is a convenient and effective way to monitor your treatment, saving you time.
All right, so now you're able to see the VX5, how the photo retraction, apparatus works, and how the photo monitoring software teledentistry works for the C5 patients and the app. There's one more product that Altismiles C5 has, and it's just a standalone retainer or, retainer that goes with your C5 case. So even if you're not doing a C5 case and you're just doing Invisalign braces, whatever, and you need to do retention, if your patient wants fixed retention or bonded retainers, they also just offer that. And again, Price point, not going to mention it, but when they told it to me, my mouth dropped. I was like, that's cheaper than what we're paying. That's cheaper than all the labs I know. I told them to raise the price. I was like, yeah, it's too cheap. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty, if you like to do bonded retainers, y'all are nuts if you're doing these. I mean, unless you're really savvy at doing these in-house, because unless you put them on like perfectly passively, the teeth will move. So it's really great to have an indirect bonded tray that's already stabilized, slap it on, bond, done. And yeah, you can order these from any ortho lab, but this price point was cheaper than what we've been paying. So I'm like excited that here's a new option that's all they do is lingual wires, you know, whether they're moving teeth or holding teeth. So I thought that was pretty cool. You can reach out to them if you want to try a bonded retainer with this lab.
Prep lingual surfaces of teeth for bonding and see indirect bonding tray. Adapt and level terminal ends of retention wire as needed using an explorer. Add bonding over terminal end of wire and smooth with a micro brush. Swipe around the opening of the IDB tray with Explorer to remove excess composite as needed. Cure composite per manufacturer's instructions. Repeat process for remaining terminal end of wire. Remove the red stops using mathau or cotton pliers. Remove tray. Remove tubing with mathau or cotton pliers. Bond remaining teeth.
Anyways, those were all the cool things with Altasmiles and C5. Definitely should check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put up their contact information if you're interested in becoming a doctor. And yes, they do welcome primary care dentists, as well as pediatric dentists, orthodontists, periodontists. You're all welcome. Everyone's welcome. They also have volume pricing and like kind of like I call it like the DSP. So the more you do, the more your price goes down. Again, I'm not quoting prices, but I mean, for less than half of an Invisalign case, I mean, you know, makes a lot of sense to me. Patient's happy, couple appointments, why not? I mean, that's crazy, right? Why not start doing it? So I'm excited to share this product with you. I think it's going to be extremely popular. All right, thanks.